Namaskar and good evening. In the recent past, many mid cap and small cap shares have been falling and falling and falling. Many listeners of my YouTube channel have been asking me why these are falling. I have told in a number of my videos that in a correction period, the shares fall sometimes for no reason whatsoever. But still, people go on asking because their shares are falling, their net worth is coming down, their anxieties are growing. It goes on happening. Yesterday, I was listening to an interview given by the big bull, Rakesh Junjunwala. As always, his interviews are interesting. This interview also was like that. Now, what does he do when shares fall? That was one of the primary questions he was asked. He has answered in different ways. His reactions will be different in different circumstances, but okay. He has retained Titan, he has retained Lupin, and when a better alternative presents, he may liquidate a little of his long-standing holdings and buy some new share. But in many cases, he has been holding on to his companies for decades almost. So, like he was giving an example of Lupin, though I don't remember the full interview. I will tell you a little bit of what he has told. Lupin he bought at almost single digits, quite a long time back, a number of decades back. And maybe around 8 rupees, something like that he bought his initial purchase. Subsequently also probably he might have purchased. Now it went up and went up and went up and went up, sometimes down, sometimes up, sometimes down, sometimes up, but generally up. Lupin was one of the most efficient managements, and it went up like anything. And it went up to 2000 and odd. You can imagine. So his purchase would have been in lakhs of shares, probably even a crore. I don't know. But then it started falling from 2000 and odd to 2000, 2000 to 9,900 and so on. So he says, I thought it will stabilize around 1400 and around that. But it came down to around 800. So one third. So 60% fall more than that. What does he do? Doesn't do anything. He says, I'm keeping it. The management is efficient. They are producing their drugs well. Now it has fallen. But I do hope it will rise to at least again 1400, 1500 like that. My purchase price was in single digits. Why will I sell now? Does it carry any lesson to you? Lesson to me? Yes, it does. When the company is performing well, at least Lupin has slipped in performance also to some extent. But its efficiency levels, see, in fact, in my opinion, I go on holding to a company until its operations are good. So its sales in metric tons or whatever are good. Sales in rupee terms are good. Like that. Profits may fall sometimes, but sales and profits remaining approximately reasonably good, I retain. But Junjanwala has been retaining as long as the company management is efficient. Look at that. I am impressed by that, though at my level, I would still prefer that a company performs well operationally. Price I don't mind. So, like, okay, let us take one or two examples. Sadhana nitrochemical. Some people have been asking me specifically also. Now, it went up to 1300 something like that, and then came down to 1000, I mean, say 650 something like that. I think my purchases were around that level. Then it was going up and down like that. Now it has come down to 240. Now I made my calculations again. The present price earning ratio is around rupees 2. Sorry, around 2. So price earning ratio at 2 is abysmally low in my opinion. I don't know, somebody else may have a different opinion, but in my opinion, for a company which has produced the sort of results that Sadhana Nitro has done in the last 2 quarters at least, it should be not less than 10 to 15 price earning. But I found somebody on a prominent website has stated that it should be around 3000 and odd. That was his opinion was given a few months ago. Now his opinion at that time, I do feel it was not a bad opinion at all, but it was an opinion. See, who can predict the future? Nobody can predict the future. Therefore, when he said 3300, it was based on a price earning ratio which he thought maybe around 15-20, something like that. And 15-20 is not at all big, not at all great. At around that price, Sadhana Nitro should be around the price of 3000 and odd in a normal, moderately bullish market. But is it around that levels? It's not. Now, I also feel that a price earning of 10 to 15 is most reasonable for a company like Sadhana Nitro, based on last 2 quarters earnings. Who knows what is the present sales and profits? I do hope that there is no great slippages or whatever. Now, when the price is slipping like that, like the present, from 1400 to 240 it has slipped, it is incumbent on the management. So that's what I personally feel. It is incumbent on the management to come on TV channels and tell what is the present level of sales and profits. Okay, they have declared their results recently only in January. But from January to February middle, it has slipped by over 30%. So, it is incumbent on the managements. It is better for the managements to prop up their company's image. Market image also is an essential thing. So, when it has slipped like that, the company management can come on a TV channel or something like that and tell our sales have either improved or fallen down due to this reason, that reason, or improved due to this reason, that reason, something like that. And the profit margins stay approximately similar, something like that. They can tell even in the middle of a quarter. After all, the investor sentiment also must be taken into account by a good management. Now, in the case of Sadhana Nitro, what else could have been done? See, they have split the share from 10 to 5. That was a good measure. I welcome that. But 10 to 2 would have been better. So, because Sadhana Nitro basically lacks a lot of liquidity. Liquidity is very low in Sadhana Nitro. and in many other companies like that. See, the small cap companies and mid cap companies must be efficiently managing their market sentiment, especially that they are not doing. So similar thing happened in case of Manpasand. Manpasand is still in the downward trend. But one good thing about Sadhana Nitro, Manpasand, and now they have learnt a few lessons. So Vakrangee, etc. See, when they declare their results, they also give a hint of what is happening in the company. Like Sadhana Nitro has said a lot about the various things that they have done in the third quarter. See, the board had approved the buying of the equity of one subsidiary, Spidigo Network Private Limited. Board had wanted a merger of another one subsidiary called Strix Wireless Systems, and one stream of color performance, that is the second stream, went live in Q3, and the third stream is likely to go live in Q4, and in Q3 250 MTPA were added, and in Q4 another 250 will be added, and the one intermediate plant, keto acid, has been commissioned for color farmers. So this is of course for totally for internal consumption, but that will add to the profit margins, and deferred tax will be provided in Q4. See, so many details were given by Sadhana Nitro in Q3 results. So likewise, Manpasand also is giving what exactly they have commissioned, etc. Of course, their profit margins are a little down, Manpasand. So I don't know when the profit margins will pick up. And theirs is a seasonal business, in 2 quarters low sales and in 2 quarters high sales. So difficult to predict. But Vakrangee has been in the news. See, now they have commissioned some 3,000 and odd kendras. They have come online and they have said, we have commissioned this and we are going to do this in the next quarter like that. And anyway, see, it is a long drawn process. They are probably committing some mistake. They should be able to commission all the kendras, 45,000 kendras within a maximum of 1 year. But anyway, at least they are giving news. Now, especially when the market price is falling to abysmally low levels, a little down, no problem. But huge downturn in prices, the management also should be worried a little. Mangalam Organics also is like that. Many mid-cap companies who have done well in Q2 and Q3, their shares are down and they need not be down, like that. So I hope they will take the sentiments of the investors into account. Come on TV channels, explain their present sales, profits, etc. Reassure that the company is well. And if there are any problems, explain them also. But investors should understand one thing: nobody can predict future price trends. We can only estimate, but nobody can present accurately. But that is why I say be a long-term investor. Long-term investors have nothing to fear. Thank you for listening. I will be back with you with another good video very shortly.